and welcome to Office Hours.
Hey,
It is
and it's
Teacher
Teacher Appreciation Week.
We did it together. I stopped, but we almost got it together, Nick. That was fun. It is Teacher Appreciation Week here on Adobe Live. We've had a ton of great content, and we are trying to help you teachers and educators in your classrooms with free resources, fun stickers, everything that might help your life be a little bit easier. Nick, let's tell everyone a little bit about who we are, what we're doing, what the show is, and maybe how we could help out in their classrooms.
Yeah, so we meet here every Friday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time right here on Adobe Live. And Office Hours is now in 102 episodes in and 2 years running. We meet here all the time and kind of just help creatives out at whatever we can when it comes to software, when it comes to new things, helping you out with kind of making yourself have a better portfolio. But right now what we're doing is we want to show all those educators out there how you can use some of the tools that Adobe has to make things better in your classroom. I just remembered those little things that like a teacher did as a student, right? That kind of made it more memorable, particularly like different experiences or projects. Those are those things that I think are like memory burns for like ever.
Yep,
you know?
Absolutely. My mom she was a teacher for 35 years, I believe. And so I've spent my fair time in the classroom folding paper, putting up the little like ribbon that goes around the bulletin boards, like the whole nine yards.
Oh, yes, the corrugated thing.
Yes, and so we want to help you in your classrooms, educators. And the first way that we can do that is to offer this link. So this link right here, adobe.ly/39ts24l. We can't customize it. I'm so sorry. But if you go to this link, it might be in the description, might be in the live chat, it will give you a library of free resources. We have templates in there and a bunch of stickers, fun resources for you to use on your creations. And Nick, those templates have happened this week. And are there any other places that they could find more tutorials about how they can engage with their classroom?
Could that be right there at our Discord channel right below our pictures?
That's right. If you want to join our Discord, you can go to discord.gg/ACC and get involved. If you are a student, you can also go there and get involved for future episodes of Office Hours. And if you want to, you can look up Adobe Express on YouTube. Just type in Adobe Express, go to that channel, and I have a couple videos there for you of how to create thank you cards, both for teachers to use for their students, as well as students to use for their teachers, and some nameplate placards. If you want to make little nameplates for your students' desks, we got a template for you. All you got to do is type their names in. So I think that is it for announcements and covering things. Nick, it's weird. I'm actually hearing, are you hearing that?
Oh my, wait, it sounds like something very familiar.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Oh my goodness.
I think I might have to wow.
It has been so long, but we are back, and that's right. We are coming to the rescue with our emergency phones. Nick, does yours still work?
Yeah, got a few cobwebs on here, but I think I'm ready to hear this. Are we getting a call?
Same. I think that we're getting a call from an educator in Belton, Texas, that has some insight on what educators might want. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, my name is Sarah Smith. I'm an English teacher and an instructional coach at Lake Belton High School. Lake Belton High School is located in Belton, Texas, and this is our second year to be opened. So we currently house freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. And in the 2022-2023 school year, we'll also add seniors. So we'll be full, and we'll look forward to celebrating our very, very first graduating class. As a teacher, I teach English, and as an instructional coach, I help support, develop, and write curriculum for all teachers on campus, as well as assist in building culture, in making sure my teachers have all of their supply needs and all of the things that help us go. And so I love my job. This is my 15th year in education, and it's something that I really, really love and really enjoy and have the distinct honor to impact other people's lives. So in thinking about design, I think three things come to mind that would really not only help me practically, but also kind of bump up the way that we do things and the way we push things out to teachers and students. The first thing that comes to mind is a seating chart. I know that that sounds simple, but seating charts, sure, you can customize them on our attendance thing, but you know what? I love to write information about my students. I love to write their unique needs, if they're involved in any extracurricular activities, if there's an accommodation or something that I need to remember. I like to write it right there on my seating chart, and I've never been able to create a seating chart that also allows me to take notes with information about my students. The second thing is the planner, right? There's so many things marketed to teachers, and there's so many things that you can make so pretty with the stickers and the everything, but I don't have time for that. And so I would love a calendar. Sorry about that. I would love a calendar that has big enough boxes for me to write everything that's going on in that day. Even to blow up and put in my office so that I can remember that not only do I have a PLC meeting or a planning meeting, but I also have a bad weather drill or whatever it may be that day. The third thing that comes to mind is a positive note postcard. I think one of the challenges currently in education is that parents hear a lot of the negative, but one of the things that I've challenged myself to do this year is to reach out to students and students' families for the positive. And sure, you could do that as simple email, but something means a little bit more when you take just a second to write something and send it. And so I would love a positive forward-facing postcard that I could just say the amazing things that my students are doing and pass it forward. So here's to teachers. I see you, I hear you, I know it's hard out there, but we got this. And each day we just make an impact. And so thanks, Adobe, for making our lives just a little bit easier. Have a great day.
All right. Well, thank you, Sarah, for calling in. All right, y'all.
Had the number because I don't even remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember the number at all. I'm glad that she had it somewhere tucked away. So, Nick, one of the things that she mentioned, so there were 3 things that she mentioned. She talked about a seating chart, maybe where not only can she show where the students are sitting, but also where maybe like notes about them, names, special, like if their favorite snacks, that kind of stuff. The second thing was a planner that maybe had some room for her to kind of do everything. Maybe we'll do like a weekly planner. And then the third thing was thank you cards to give to the students, right? That's not just an email or something. And check this out. Those thank you cards already exist right here, adobe.ly/there. And what you'll do is it actually will be taking you to this library. So I've made a bunch of templates for you, and it will look a little different when you go to that link. But for me, we have a teacher appreciation link, and check this out. We've got a couple in here that say great job. We've got one thank you for all you do. So you can use those to literally print and fold, and then you have your own thank you cards. So maybe we'll put some more in here, right? But they're already done. If you want to learn how to create those or edit those, you can also watch the other stream where I created these by going to Adobe Express channel on YouTube. We also have a student name tag that's really cool. It just prints and folds in half, and then you glue it together so that you can put their name on there, and it's just first and last name. Super easy. So we're here to help you here in Adobe Express, teachers. We also have a bunch of assets that we've created here that are fun stickers and different elements that you can use in your designs and your creations. And you can make those creations by going to express.adobe.com. And at the end of this stream, what we create will be right here, and you can just simply click on create from, and you can work off of that. So Nick, we're going to be doing a 2-part kind of take on this, right? Nick and I are going to teamwork to help out the teachers. And Nick, why do you like helping teachers? Let's talk about this. Why do you want to help the teachers? How has a teacher influenced you in your life?
Because I feel your pain. And 2, I think, like we said earlier, when a teacher can do something that makes a magic moment with a student, you remember it for life. I think you really do. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I think the examples they can set in a lot of ways of how what I always enjoyed, particularly in elementary school, was how they ran their room, right? What did they do as far as decoration and fun? and you can always tell the teacher that goes the extra mile.
Yep.
And they're the ones that will do a lot of this stuff and these extras. So why not make it a little easier for them, you know?
Why
So
not?
how about you?
Yeah.
What do you remember that you think is kind of cool to think of?
I remember that my mom spent so much time doing little things to help herself make more time for the students. And so we want to help the teachers have more time to do cool stuff for the students. So that's why we're going to create this stuff for you today. Hopefully it's helpful. Hopefully it's a good resource. So what we're going to be doing is, Nick, can you put something on your artboard real quick? And I'm just going to show the difference between Nick's screen and my screen. So
here we go.
Teachers, do not pay attention what's happening on this screen. Students that are learning design and people who are watching here on Adobe Live, watch this screen right here. Yes, enjoy exactly. Nick. Nick will be designing these assets. Teachers, you don't have to worry about this. We're going to make it super easy so you don't have to do any of this. Nick's going to be making some illustrations for us. And over on my screen, it will look like this. So you'll see the little Creative Cloud Express logo up here. And I'm just at express.adobe.com if you want to design along with me. But if you are an educator, again, just go to that link and everything will be set for you. You can just hit create from and it will create that template, and I'll show you how to edit once we get things built out. But Nick, what are you going to be starting on? And then what can I be starting on? I think we're going to start out with the seating chart.
Yeah, I think that's a good one to do. So I'm already imagining this overhead view, right? And what I think we could do with the power of Adobe Express is make all the fun little icons. Think of it as, you know, when you see a blueprint and you can move things around when people do like home decoration or whatever. We'll make student chairs, we'll make the teacher's desk, we'll do like maybe bookshelves or whatever. But I like your idea of maybe what we do is each little student desk has maybe a little bubble or a little thought bubble or something kind of fun, where that is where the teacher can put those little specifics about that particular student, something cool that they like, or like you mentioned, a snack or something like that.
Yeah.
So maybe what we'll do is I'll build them here, and then we can populate the library, and you can bring them into Express.
That's super fun. So for those of you that are creative pros that are learning, Nick is working in Adobe Illustrator, and you can see right above my head is a library, and that library is linked to Creative Cloud Express. So you can see Nick has all of those assets in there. And right here, when I'm in Creative Cloud Express, teachers, you'll see this as well. You can see all of these resources right here that are straight out of what Nick's making. So I can click on libraries right here above Nick, and you'll see all these assets. And all you need to do if you want to add one, let's say we want a book, you just click on it and it will add it to our artboard in Creative Cloud Express. So you can scale this up and down using the sides and just drag it around. Again, hopefully super easy for you educators out there. So I'm going to start making this template as Nick works on some of the shapes, and I'm going to show you how to add text. So we're just going to click over here on text, and then we're going to hit add text. If you want to click on one of these, it's a good template, but Creative Cloud Express is great for making creative content. Today, we're making efficient content. So we're going to be using bare bones to make it very efficient and not necessarily the prettiest, but we're going to make it really, really helpful, hopefully. So I'm going to click on add text, and I've already added up the name of the teacher here. And then maybe I want to make it so that this is the quarter, maybe the year and the quarter. So we'll say this will be quarter one, or what are they called in school? Not semesters. They're called quarters, right?
Ooh. Quarters, yes.
Quarters, okay. So this is quarter one, and then maybe this will be 2023. So we'll do a seating chart for next year. So if you want to change the font, we don't like this one, you can just click right here while that's selected and find a new font. So right now I'm using Source Sans Black. So I'm just going to type in Source here, and there's a ton of fonts that you can choose from. And maybe I want something a little more... There we go. Let's do this. It's a little lighter. So I'm going to do Source Sans, and we're just going to do semi-bold. And you can see there it got a little bit lighter for me. So again, I can just grab this corner and I'll scale it down. And I'm going to put this up here in the corner so that we know what we are working with, what year we are, and what semester it is, what quarter it is. Thank you. So from there, we're going to start maybe working with some of the elements that Nick is creating. So hopping over, Nick, you are using basic shapes here to create some of these elements, some of these pieces, and what pieces are you trying to do and how are you approaching them as you design them?
Yeah, so I thought this would be kind of like the overhead of our desk, so I made just a quick little brown shape of as best as I can remember, you know, the kind where you have like the armrest on the side?
Yes.
And you have all that space in the front, and then maybe I'm just gonna have some fun here. Let's put that little You know what that is, right? The little pencil holder at the top.
Oh, yeah.
Got to get that. We'll do that in like a dark brown. Got our seat, got our back support there. But I was thinking of doing something like this where if I can get this kind of connected to it in some way, this could be the little spot where maybe the teacher can kind of personalize that. And if I gave you maybe just this whole thing, then you could take this and just build and make the whole classroom setting the way your class looks.
Yep,
correct?
totally. Yeah, I think maybe let's try to make more room for them to write notes. So maybe that bubble gets bigger.
Perfect.
It depends. I think that maybe let's try to imagine that this classroom has 20 students in it. I know that there are bigger classrooms, smaller classrooms. So I want to make sure there's enough room to write a lot of content. And then I'll show you how to put that content in there. And then if you want to do it by hand, you can, but you also will be able to do it in Creative Cloud Express. So
Perfect.
that looks pretty good. And if you don't have desks like this, don't worry. We also are going to be making some tables that maybe just have chairs that you can put around them. So we'll do a bunch of different versions for you so you can use them wherever in your classroom. So
Perfect.
Nick, once we're at a place where we think that we can use this asset, just go ahead and you're going to drag that over into our library.
Here we go.
So he's
now we
drug it
have
into
it
the
there.
library, and we'll be able to see here, we have our teacher appreciation library on my screen. And check this out, it's already there. So Nick's created it. If you're working with a designer or you're collaborating in Illustrator, check this out. I click, and boom, the desk is now in the Creative Cloud Express, and I can click and then just scale it down to where I want it to be.
That looks great.
Right?
Perfect.
So
Love
something that I am going to do is I am going to make it so that everything is in black and white. And I know that we love color, and we are actually going to show you how to do color or black and white. I know that a lot of teachers don't want to use the color ink, so I want to make sure it's black and white for you. So we're going to go to filters right here. And if you ever have an asset that you like, but you don't want to print in color, you can click on filters and then just click on grayscale right here, and boom, it'll make it grayscale for you. So easy way. And Nick, can you do me a favor? Can you make the inside of that circle white?
Yeah.
And that way we can really make sure that the teachers can work on that. And what I'm going to do for you teachers is I'm going to go ahead and add a text box. And I'm going to click right here to add that text. And I'm going to make this is going to be Andrew's seat. So I'm going to say Andrew and then put my last name in there. And I'm going to scale this down. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to make a nice little way for you to type in your students' names so you don't have to write them by hand. And again, you can write them by hand if you want to, but we want to make sure that you are well-resourced to just drop things into Creative Cloud Express. And there we go. We've got Andrew, that's me, that's where I'm sitting, and Nick is updating that resource for me. And so check this out.
We got chair number 2 in there.
Yep, chair number 2 is in there. Let's go ahead and go to our library, and it will update in just a second. Let's see. Yep, chair number 2. Let me click back out here. And there we go. We are refreshed. So I'm going to use this one so that we can write a little bit better. And again, just going to turn on that filter and go to grayscale. We'll delete this one. And there we go. We've got a nice little spot for you to write some notes about the student. We've got the student in there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of these very quickly, super easily to help you kind of max out your classroom. So I'm going to hold shift and just click on both of these and then use this button right here, which is group. So it's grouped these together so that I can scale it. If I move anything, it will stay in the same orientation. So if you have a lot of students, a few students, you can really scale things around. And you also can click here to duplicate. So when I duplicate this, I'm going to go ahead and just duplicate, and I can drag it to the next position. So I'm going to do that a bunch of times, and we're going to put some in here so that we have a good amount of content for our students.
Can I ask a good question about Express here?
Absolutely, Nick.
I remember a lot of times classes would be set up maybe in like almost rows that of like half circles. You know what I mean? Can you tilt these around and put these in any arrangement that a teacher might have?
I could, yeah. I can definitely move these so that we can arrange them in different ways. Let me align them real quick, and then maybe we'll do. Ooh boy,
there it is.
I made a wrong button. All right, got it. So we have all these here, and give me just a second, and then we'll do some rotation stuff. So all that I need to do really is grab this piece down here, and I'd click and rotate, and it would rotate that piece for me.
Ah, so cool.
So super easy. We can scale them if we want to. These all feel a little bit big for me. So I am going to scale them all down. And again, I'm just holding shift to select them all.
Yeah.
It looks like I did.
And maybe
ungroup.
too, you could do a thing where like the overall, you could do one at a glance that's got everyone, and maybe that's just got their name in the bubble. And that way, then you could do a second sheet with more of like a spotlight of the student, you know, and really get into it, have their desk with all their other stuff. There's so many fun things you can do with this. It's
Absolutely.
really cool.
And what's great
There we
is
go.
educators, if you're watching this, you actually won't have to do any of the stuff that we're doing right now. So we're building this all for you, and I'm going to export this as a template so that once you get into the link that we put in there with those templates, all you need to do is this. I'll show you. All you need to do is when this is done, let me align this real quick because it's bugging me, is you can come in here, and if you want to change a student's name, you just double click right here on the name, and then I can type in Nick Longo.
Look at that.
So there we go. And we're going to hit enter in between that, and it will make it so that it is two layers, excuse me. So you can put those names in there really, really easily. And I'm going to make one more row so that we can fit 15 students in this class.
Nice.
All right. So one more row here. And there we go. So this is a seating chart for all of those students. And I'll go back and change these names out so it just says first and last name. But very quick seating chart for you to understand your students if they are sitting in rows. Great. Love it. Awesome. Let's do another one. So I'm going to save this. And Nick, it's actually auto-saving, but what I'm going to do, I'm not going to make this template. I'll make this a template for you after the show because you don't need to know how to make a template. And you don't need you need the template after the fact. So I'll make the template, and it will be in the link right here. This link, there will show up a template, and you can lay out your classroom. So Nick, what are you doing over on your side again?
So I made a fun little thing here. I made a little overhead of a plant.
Why not?
You never know. I'm assuming. Let's think. What other things can we make that would be? Maybe there's an aquarium in the class. Maybe there's. Obviously there's going to be a teacher's desk.
Can we do maybe just a regular chair from the top down so that they can a regular chair and then a regular rectangle table?
Perfect.
Or
So,
maybe
like,
a circle
separating-
table.
Yeah. Ooh, a circle table would be good as well, right? Maybe a little conference area.
Yep, and that way I can show them how to use layers if they need to like move things around, and then that way they can rotate things if they need whatever resource for their classroom, however it's set up. I feel like classrooms only have circle tables, rectangle tables, the little desks, and that's pretty much it. So
we'll put little chairs against around it here.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Perfect.
And then I'll show you in Creative Cloud Express how to add those notes, or we'll just make sure that there are lines for those notes or something. And Nick, actually, if you want to add lines around those, maybe for teachers to write in notes about the students that sit in that chair, maybe that would be cool.
So on this one here, saying what? Put lines around it?
I'm trying to think of how we want to build this. Let's do this. Let's export just the table with no chairs.
Okay.
And let's export the chairs so that we can place them on our own. So everything will be separate.
There we go. All right, perfect. So that's in there.
Oh, thank you.
Got the table. Then you're saying do the chairs. Are we doing this a la carte now?
Yep, a la carte, each individual piece. And that way they'll all be in that library for the teachers to use piece by piece.
Perfect. Okay.
All right, teachers. So as Nick builds those out, you can see that we are live adding to our resources for you here. We've got a nice little plant. I'm putting the plant in. I don't care. This plant is now in every classroom in America.
I love it. There we go.
We're putting the plant up here in the corner because that's where it should be. And then we're going to add in a table. So maybe this is the big table for your students. And we're going to go ahead and scale this down so you can lay it out. And we're just clicking and dragging this around the different pieces. So it looks like Nick is putting in the teacher desk as well. And so let's go ahead and grab the teacher desk. It'll take just a second to sync through. You won't have to worry about this. This will all be there when you go in to use these templates.
Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Did it go in? Yeah, Artwork 3, just taking its time there.
It is slowly low. Yeah, there's a little bit of texture on it, so it does have a little bit of delay. And Nick, let's
Yeah,
talk a
what else
little
do
bit
you
about
need?
office hours while things are syncing. For all the
Yeah.
teachers out there, what if they have a student that's like interested in creativity and design? Do we have any resources
Ooh.
for them to be able to like engage and grow as a creative?
I think they could join our discourse channel. I think that would be a great thing. They could also look back at all of our previous, 102 episodes?
102 episodes, and we do have special episodes. We have a fall semester that helps portfolios, and we're currently in a series called Creative Basics that you can see down there. And Nick, what is Creative Basics all about? We're about half a year into it already.
Yeah, we're going back to kind of all of the episodes and the things that you would do with the applications from the very beginning. We want to make sure we're giving a good advice and good tips to folks that are maybe just starting out with some of the applications, or maybe a little bit, apprehensive getting into them. We're showing you those things to get you from novice to pro within a year.
Novice to no fear in less than
There
1
it
year.
is.
There it is.
I figured it. I'm like, mine didn't rhyme.
We got to get the tagline in there. So hopping back over to my screen, I do have the teacher's desk in here now. So let's click on the
Yay, look at
teacher's
that.
desk, and this will be wherever the teacher's sitting. And again, if you're facing a different way, you can just click on this little rotate right here and
Yeah.
just click and drag, and it will lock in at the perfect angles. So let's
You
maybe
know
put.
what's cool too? You can use this to plan maybe if you want to rearrange the room, right?
Oh yeah.
This is a great lesson to see like how it might look before doing it. I think this is a great little fun trick to play with when you're messing around with like kind of room layout. This would be fun.
Yep. And something that's cool about Creative Cloud Express is it now suggests different fonts to you. So if you're typing, it will suggest a font for you to use. So I do like this font that it suggested. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to click right there, and you see that it just synced that font for me. So I can shrink this down, and actually I did like that on 2 lines. So we're going to have Mrs. Smith, and right there, we are going to put it on like the teacher desk right there, right? Kind of cute. All
Yeah.
right. So let's see if we have our chairs in here yet. And from there, we'll be able to maybe add in. Nick, did you drag over like a single one of the chairs, just that shape?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's
right
do that
now.
and that should sync pretty quickly. So we'll do another one of these and show you kind of how to add some notes here, and then we'll try to move on. We only have about 20 minutes left, but we'll try to move on to making a calendar for you, maybe a weekly planning calendar with lots of area for notes. And
Very
that
cool.
template will be completely finished and ready to go if you go to the link right here, also down in the description. It will be completely finished by the time that you see this, even if we don't finish it on stream. I'll be working after stream to get it ready for you. So regardless of how it looks at the end of this live stream, it will be ready for you, and it will look amazing. It'll be so useful and just the greatest thing ever. So Nick, what's going on over here? What did you just make this little like?
I'm gonna make a little aquarium.
Nick thinks we need an aquarium. I think, yeah, every classroom needs an aquarium. Absolutely.
I think that was every wish that you had an aquarium. You always had something. Yet we had like crayfish, I believe, at one point in some of our rooms.
Oh, yeah.
back in the day. That was kind of fun.
My mom always had a rat.
Oh yes,
There was a rat
guinea
that everyone had.
pigs.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So this chair came in as like the largest object ever for some reason. I don't know why. But
Uh-oh.
it is here. So that is fine. And we're just going to click, and it's going to make this huge object. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag this down. And then that way I can align it. And you can see those purple lines are actually aligning it to the area of the artboard that we're working on. So we're going to make this a bit smaller, and then we can just click and drag to add in a seat right there. So if we want
very
another one,
cool.
we're going to hit duplicate, and then we can use this little rotate tool to rotate it 90 degrees. 90?
Ooh, maybe
90.
a little. How about a rug?
Oh yeah, why not? Yeah, for sure.
do that.
Let's put a rug in there. So we can just duplicate these again. We're just clicking on the duplicate button right there and just clicking and dragging to move this around. And then one more, let's go ahead and duplicate it down here. And now we have all of those around the table. If we want to add in more, we could and just rotate them by a certain amount. But maybe we want to add in the names, right? And what could be nice is to go up here to the text, and we're going to click on add your text, and then we are going to type in some names. So let's type in first and last name. Student name, let's just do that. All right, I'm going to try to make this a little bit less aggressive. Maybe we want something like this. It's a little lighter. There we go. And I'm going to make this, I'm going to make this a bit smaller. So we're just going to drag this down, make it a bit smaller, and then I'm going to put it on one line for you. And that way, maybe we can have the students' names here, but we also have enough space for you to be able to write some content about them. So right there, and then let's just duplicate this a couple times, and we will move it around. And Nick's over there making his aquarium.
We got a rug, we got an aquarium. We're looking really good. Let's see, what other things would be helpful for the teacher in this situation? Let's look.
Maybe if we have, I don't know. I think that this is pretty good as far as like resources go for different elements. Let me get this just sorted away here. I'm just going to move everything around a little bit. All right, and I'm going to group this together just so it's all together, and then maybe shrink it down a little bit so we can have a bunch of different tables. So there we go. We've got chairs around the table. We've got the students' names right there, super easy. All you need to do is double click to change those names. And if you want to make another copy of this cluster, you can just click right here on duplicate and then move it around to add another table. Again, if you want to, you can make these black and white by just selecting the image, clicking on the filters, and clicking on grayscale right there. So we can make it black and white. I'll leave this one in color because it's pretty fun. And Nick looks like he's adding some more elements. So we will drop those in there at the end. Nick, keep creating some fun elements because I think that this is really fun to have for teachers. And you can see over here, Nick has made a recycle bin. The aquarium is down there. Circle table chart is what I'm going to name this.
Circle table chart.
Circle table chart. All right. So what we can do is we are going to be making, we have about 20 minutes left. So we're going to get as far as we can. And I'm going to shift to making a little planner. And maybe we can incorporate some of the stickers we have, maybe some fun stuff like that. And maybe, Nick, do you want to do some fun type treatments for headers? Maybe we have something that says like, like the days of the week, and then maybe something that says reminders or something like that. And I'll build the frames, and you can build some fun little badges to put in there to add some pizzazz.
Love it. All right. So days of the week header. Let's do it.
Yep. So I'm going to be working, and you can see in my screen, Nick's going to be doing some stuff that I'll actually switch over to his screen, but I want to show you, I'm just setting this up at an 11 by 8.5, just a different wide spread of a paper. What is this called? Landscape. My goodness.
Landscape.
I swear I'm a professional. So we are here in landscape. So this is what I'm going to be working on, and Nick is going to be making some fun pieces. Nick, this is so fun. And we are going to be implementing those. I'm going to make some areas that kind of just outline where things will go. So we could be doing some of this in Creative Cloud Express with the type. Nick is going to have some fun and do some like fun, crazy stuff that maybe we couldn't do in Creative Cloud Express, just to make sure that you have maximum levels of fun on this planner, because we know sometimes plans aren't fun.
Want to have some fun. Again, it's all about those little memorable moments, right? Like a kid's going to remember these kinds of things forever, I think.
So if you want to add anything to this template, educators, you can click on shapes right here and then just go to basic shapes, and it will allow you to find all these basic shapes that maybe you can add in little areas that you might want. So I'm going to be using the rounded rectangles right here, and I'm going to kind of click, and then you see I can literally grab these and pull any direction. So I'm going to map this out so that there are little areas of content for you to work with. So I kind of want an area at the bottom here. I always feel like there needs to be some area that is like the theme for the week that just has a bunch of extra content for you and room for you to write, because we know you all need room to write. And we're going to make this border Just a fun color. You can pick whatever color you want if you have colors in your classrooms. It will suggest colors for you if you want. So we're going to make this that fun blue color, maybe the lighter one.
Nice.
And right there, now we've got a little area, and Nick looks like he is going crazy with some fun days of the week. I love this.
This is already in. This is in your library, ready to go. Number 8.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Nick. And then maybe we do each day. We do a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that kind of stuff.
Perfect.
All right, so Nick is working on that and creating those, and I can simply come over here and open up that library, and it will sync. It's syncing right now. And we have the rug, thank you, Nick, and also this Days of the Week graphic. I can click, and there we go. We've got a fun little Days of the Week piece. And let's go ahead and shrink this down. And I am going to pull it up into the corner. So this is pretty fun. And what I might want to do is make it so that the border actually is the same color as what Nick has made. And all I need to do is click on this little eyedropper tool right here and hover over this yellow, and it's going to change the color for me. So now I've got that fun yellow down there. We've got the days of the week, and I'm going to start duplicating this to create some more areas for us to work with. So we're just going to drag this around. And while we do that, we're going to cut back to Nick's screen, and I'm just going to, you're having fun over there, Nick. I want to make sure people see all the fun that you're having.
This is great. So I'm just going to be adding these right to our library. These are fun. They're overlapping. I think, again, the more colorful, the more animated. I like this too, like, because I'm assuming this is like, I'm imagining this is that like kindergarten to first grade room that we're building right now, right? Like, you want this to be fun and animated. And then I think you might have to think about like changing it up one time, you know, and trying something a little bit different with older students or even in junior high and high school, you know?
That's true. And Creative Cloud Express, we are doing some effects in Illustrator there that are unique to Illustrator, but you could kind of build a lot of this in Creative Cloud Express.
Yeah.
And so if you want to make edits, you could add it there, change colors to better fit your age group. And Nick, I'm going to not... I'm trying to think. Let's see here, Nick. Should we just make this kind of lower area with notes go all the way across here?
Yeah, might as well. Let's make it, this is kind of basic.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got it. It's going all the way across. We've got our days of the week. And maybe we have Monday and Tuesday be a little bit less. And then we pull up all of these.
There you go.
So let's go ahead and grab these, and I'll just pull them all the way up to the top.
You know, Wednesdays,
here.
Thursdays, and Fridays are where it's at.
Oh, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is 100%. That's, for me...
What do we need? Need a few gold stars?
Oh yeah, let's put some star stickers. That'd be fun. Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
And so I'm going to just make some, I'm going to put the different days in there by just coming back to my library that Nick has created. And I'm sure Nick has put those in there. There we go. Thank you, Nick.
There we go.
We're just going to click Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we've got all of our days in there. These look so fun. And I'm going to click and just drag these so that they fit at the top of each of these areas. And then I'll show you how we can type into these areas. Tuesday. My grandma used to always say Tuesday, and I thought it was the funniest thing. And now every time I see Tuesday, all I think is little Tuesday.
Haha.
All right, so we're placing these in here. Oh, Nick, those are so fun. So Nick's doing some cool stuff over here, so I'll cut to his screen. Nick, talk us through what you're making, kind of thought process.
I'm just trying to find those fun little like add-on stickers that they can mess around with. Words of encouragement, rock star, great job. These are probably words I say 20 times in every classroom.
Yep, and these are something that very easily you could... print out, you could cut, you could add to, like, if somebody sends in a digital file, you could send it to them, of course, emails, all that fun stuff. But these are things that you can add to anything that you're sending out to your students if you create it here in Creative Cloud Express. So
you know what's kind of cool too? This is where a teacher can really put their sayings, like, you know what I mean? And customize if there's something they say all the time for those little fun words of encouragement, like make your own custom stickers with these things.
Yes.
How cool would that be?
Absolutely.
You know?
And
I love that idea.
Let's see, we've got 15 minutes. We got time for this. So with that, I love when teachers have things that they say that just like become their thing, right?
Exactly.
Do you have anything that you say in your classroom that your students like make fun of you for, or they're like, Nick always says this? What's your saying?
And they even made a t-shirt and gave it to me at the end of the semester. Apparently I say explore more options as much as possible.
Explore more options. I love that. So I'm going to show
Yeah.
you real quick, educators, if you want to, and you want to make a sticker in Creative Cloud Express, it's actually so easy to create.
Oh, let's see.
So if you want to add something, let's say that this is our document, and let's imagine that this is something that we're sending out to students and we want to make our own. We can actually just click on text here, and then there are all kinds of different options that will help you kind of put a quote together. So I want to do a badge, and I saw a cool one up here. I'm going to click on social, and we're going to hit more and see what else is in here. So Nick, what was you saying?
Explore more options.
All right, explore more options. I like this little lightning bolt. So I'm going to click,
totally. There you
and
go.
it is going to add it to my artboard. Check that out. So
Oh my
all I need to
gosh.
do here, this is so easy, is double click, and then I'm able
your
to
text box.
type in explore.
And it customizes it as you type.
Yep, more
Oh my gosh.
options. And look at that. It is customizing it as I type. It is resizing it for me automatically. And if I wanted to, I could fill it with a color. So maybe let's make the text color something a little more bright. Oh, let's turn the outline off. There we go. Let's make this. Oh, let's make it that yellow. Right there. It's going to be hard to read. Let's make it the black.
Yeah.
Maybe a blue? That looks fun. So
Yeah, that looks great.
we've created a custom badge here. And again, all we need to do is click on this and we can resize it. And then maybe we want to put it over here in the corner. And we can rotate it if we want. So we've got a nice little stamp there. So it is really, really easy to create your own things using that type tool and using that text tool. So
What a
we've
great
created this
idea.
kind of template for you to write some notes. I have added some text for some notes. And if you need to, here's what you can do, educators. You can use this template and you can just click on text. And from there, you can just start typing in your notes. So you can add text, and then you can just type in your notes here. We can left align it right there. And then we are going to type out all of our notes. So look at all the notes that I have. I'm typing in all caps. I don't know why. I'm going to make this way smaller for you. There we go. And I can click and drag, and I'm just going to bring this down here so there's plenty of room for you to write your notes. This is going to need to get really small because I don't think it's really that important. We don't want to take up space.
Looking good.
So I'm going to move that. And then all you need to do is you need to drag out this kind of pill-shaped piece right here. So you're going to click and drag, and you'll see that it will actually extend that. And what this does is it's wrapping. So if your text keeps going, it is going to wrap that around where we have ended. So we can click and drag this, and it will actually go out and change our type to fit that space. So you can fit that whole space and then put all of our notes in there. You can type everything you need for your week and really play around with it. Now, if you want to remix this, change the colors, you absolutely can. All you need to do is click on one of these shapes or click on the text, and then you can change the colors right here. So Nick,
Incredible.
you've made some really fun stuff, Nick.
Yeah. So I got a little inspired. We got Rockstar. We got Great Job. We got Number One. Don't forget. I figured if this is going to be something fun to kind of get their attention on maybe a specific day, the little Don't Forget badge. And then as another one as well with a little check mark. So we're just having fun with doing them on Illustrator at the same time. But it's so neat to see that you don't have to have that skill to make a fun little button right there in Express.
Yep,
you know,
absolutely.
and make
So-
it customized to you.
Let's say that your students have done something really awesome, really fun, and maybe you want to highlight one of your students, right? And you want to post about it on social media.
Yeah.
So, and I know that like there's maybe some stuff that you can't post, or you want to post an image somewhere. There's a new feature that's a scheduling feature that's really cool. And so these templates will be done, buttoned up, and hopefully you understand how to use them, how to change them for this one, which is our schedule. All you need to do, oh boy, schedule. Oh, this is why we need teachers. All you need to do is just double click in the areas with text, and you can type in your text. You can click and drag things around as you need it. You can use any of these stickers by just clicking, and they will go onto your artboard. So you can understand that there. And then you also could come into the circle table chart. You can add in more tables, more chairs, double click for the students' names, leave plenty of space for you to be able to write stuff in. And then on the other one, you also could use this template that just has the desks, black and white, and you can put any notes that you have in those little bubbles.
So cool.
Right? So super easy. So Nick, let's show them how to maybe highlight one of their students. Have you ever highlighted one of your students for some amazing work that they've done?
Oh yeah, there's always some reason to do that, and I think it's always good to have like a little spotlight every once in a while on a good job.
Oh yeah. So let's see here. Let's do something to where we want to do an email that's going out to parents, and we want to highlight one of the students that did a great job. We can click on the plus here, and let's go ahead and click on custom size graphic. Now it's going to give us a bunch of options right here, and we're going to go to social post, and maybe I want to do something that's like Facebook sized. So Facebook size looks good to me for maybe an email going out, and I'm going to hit next.
Perfect. That takes all the guesswork out of looking up the dimensions, hoping it's going to fit.
Easy.
Getting something cut off when you post it.
Yep. So let's see here. Maybe I want to, this is a great one. So there's a lot of templates that you can actually use, and we'll use a template and then kind of remix it. Is we're just going to click here, and it's actually going to reformat that. Oh, it changed the size. Okay, we don't want that to happen. But what's great is I can just click on resize right here if it changes the side for you, and I'll click back on Facebook, and it's going to resize that for me. Boom. Easy.
Nice. Look at that.
So let's say that I want to highlight this student. I can click and drag. Let's imagine this is a student here. We're going to click and drag, and then maybe I want to use this and just say student highlight.
There you go.
Highlight. Man, I definitely need teachers to just teach me how to spell. All right, so I'm going to delete this one because we don't need it. So we have our student highlight here. And then maybe we want to leave a lot of this stuff that's happening in the background. These are kind of fun shapes.
Yeah.
But we want to add in some of our stickers that we've created. All you need to do is come over here to our library, and then we're going to click on Great Job. It's going to add it to our artboard, and I can kind of click and drag that wherever. And if it looks like it's a little pixelated, it will eventually load in. It takes a little second sometimes to load in. But now we've got, maybe we'll put that right over the image there. And then we can rotate it.
No clipping paths, nothing necessary.
Nothing special. Nothing special happening there. If your spacing is a little bit weird right here, you can also fix that by coming right over here to spacing. And let's just take our line spacing down.
Incredible.
And it will make it so that things are a little bit tighter there.
That's great. You even got letter spacing, everything.
Everything. So let's add a couple more here. Maybe we want to change the background color. And let's go ahead and add some backpacks. I know we had that super fun backpack.
Oh yeah, they were there. There we go.
There we go. Let's do this one. So I like this backpack a lot. So let's add in the backpack. And again, we're just clicking on those assets. Those are all available for you at that link for free. Just use them. All you need to do is click and you can use them right there. So I'm going to rotate this one a little bit as well. Maybe scale it down. There we go. That's pretty fun.
Perfect.
And let's see, what else do I want to do? Let's change the colors.
It's almost the size of her backpack. Look at that.
It's true. So what we can do is we can click on the background color if we don't want it that, and we can click right here. And again, use that eyedropper tool to maybe grab a color from this backpack, right? So we got like this orange. Ooh, that's fun. And it looks like everything's kind of just adjusted to fit the theme. I actually really like this graphic. And it's something that you can highlight a student. Again, this is weird that this is a student, but imagine that it is a student. And you can create this, and then all you're going to do is you're going to go to download, and then you're going to go to PNG, and then you can save that. You can do a JPEG or PNG, and you can send that out to your students, your parents, whatever. If you want to post it on social media, right?
Don't blow my mind here.
If there's a way that you are like, I love my students so much that we have like a secret Instagram or some kind of social media. I know I used to have an Instagram for my students that they would follow that I could post updates to. And that way, as they're scrolling on social media, homework.
Hey, homework.
Right? What we can do is we can click on this new feature that is schedule your post to social media. And this is my favorite thing that's ever happened. Like, it is such a good feature. You also can go to schedule.adobe.com. So check this out. I have gone to schedule that, and it is loading my media in right here. All I need to do is I have my social accounts connected, and so I can click on, I want it to go to Twitter, and I want it to go to Instagram. And because the aspect ratio is weird, it won't post on Instagram. It will post on Instagram. I have to do some extra stuff, but
yeah.
Imagine.
For now, we made it for Facebook.
We made it for Facebook. And so if we want it going to Twitter because my Facebook's not linked, we can simply have this, and check that out. It is linked. It is loaded. I didn't have to export or anything. I can add my caption. It says, here's to our star student of the week.
Very cool.
And then we can go in here and schedule when we want this to go out. So maybe I want it to go out on the weekend before the students are going back to school, or maybe on Friday. That was Saturday. Maybe I want it to go out on Friday, and we want it to start out the day, right? We're going to start at 9 o'clock. I don't know what time school starts. And we're going to hit done. And from there, I can actually preview it. So I can click on preview post, and it shows you, here's what your tweet looks like, right? Here is my username. Excellent. Here is my this is what it will look like in a tweet.
I'm assuming you could put hashtags and everything too in there if you want as well.
Absolutely.
Right?
You can tag people. You can do hashtags. Whatever you want to do with this, you can schedule it to social media so that it goes out. So this would be a great thing to do for homework. If you're setting reminders, you can do all of your planning in here and remind your students through social media, right?
Like you do it all on Sunday night. You plan your whole week for your class,
right?
One less thing for the teacher to worry about, right?
Absolutely. And so what we can do is you can click on schedule right here and check it out. It is on my schedule on Friday at 9:07. This post will be going out. You can add more posts, and if I wanted to, I could send something out on Saturday. And what's cool is I can click right here on add media. And this is going to allow me to upload something, or if I created anything in Creative Cloud Express, you can see all of these. We have our circle table charts, our seating charts, everything is here already. And I can just click on this, and maybe this was a thank you card that I think we made. So I can click on this, and from this template that I've created in this piece that I've done in the past, it's going to process it, it's going to export it, it's going to load it in, and I'm going to hit upload. And there we go. Now it's ready to post to social media. I believe it's a square, so I'm going to post to Instagram and Twitter, and then I can type in my caption. Thank you, parents. Right, and this is going out to maybe the parents in the class. So then we can just go ahead and schedule it. We can hit schedule. What day is today? All right, I just want to make sure it's not going out right now. We can click on schedule and check it out. It is going to Instagram and Twitter at the same time. So you can push
Love
both
the organization of it right there on the calendar and all the squares. That's like amazing. Magic. You can even if you're doing all of your social media stuff in Illustrator or Photoshop, you put it into your libraries, and then I'm assuming you can just use Scheduler.
Yep. And here's the secret. Here's the secret, teachers. You can use this for your personal social media too.
There you go.
It doesn't. Right? We want to make sure that we're appreciating teachers and educators and giving them.
We all have lives.
But we all have regular lives. We all have regular lives. And if you want to post pictures of you on the beach, but you don't want your students to know that you were at the beach last weekend, schedule it from a month from now. Nobody will know.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "What? When did you have time to go to the beach?" You'd be like, "I'm really efficient." That's all you need to do. So you can use this for your personal work as well. And by personal work, I mean like your actual life.
Exactly.
All right. So Nick, we have like a couple minutes left. Let's recap real quick everything that we created today. And we didn't quite finish, but I'll button up these templates for all you educators out there, and you'll be able to use them and hopefully implement them in your classroom. Nick, what assets did you make today?
Yeah, so we had some fun just building our classroom from above, the tables, the rug, the recycling bin, the teacher's desk, the individual desk with the thought bubble, the fun little aquarium that never made it there, but it's there. And then we had some fun with our calendar stuff. So again, doing these things custom. If you guys have some experience on the other apps like Photoshop and Illustrator, have fun with them here as well. But I think Andrew showed you could build this stuff 100% from scratch right there on Express, and it looks just as great. And the control is just amazing.
So all of those things are there for you. Yes, all those things are there for you right here at this link. This is the link that you need to click on. It will take you right to that library and make it so that you'll be ready to work. It will show up right here. So I haven't exported the templates yet because I want to button them up for you. But you can click on these and you just click on Create From. And it will open that template for you. You'll be able to add whatever stickers, whatever you want. And all those assets are also here for you in the Assets panel. So we're going to click on this Create From, just to show you how it works. It's going to take a second, it's going to open it, and then all that you need to do is just double click, right? Double click and add in the names. So I'm going to do my name right here.
Look at that.
And then if you want to download and print it, you just click on download and you'll do PDF, and then you will print it. So super easy for all you educators to use these. Remember to check out that link. And Nick, any parting wisdom or any like fun story about a teacher that has affected you in your life?
Oh, I remember it was in the very last semester of college, and it was the most lasting impression from a teacher. He was the first one that was a working professional teaching night classes, and it was a game changer for all of us in the class, because all of a sudden this teacher would come in right from work and show us what they presented or what comps that he worked on or what client they were working for. That made it such a reality that we had picked the right industry, and we were so excited about graduating and getting our first jobs.
That's awesome.
So it was pretty cool. How about you, man?
I had a student I had a teacher, thank you, in high school named Mrs. Shope. If you're ever seeing this Mrs. Shope, you're literally the
Everyone's
best.
had a Mrs. Shope.
Dude,
That's a
Mrs.
great
Shope
name. I
is
love
the
it.
best. So Mrs. Shope
Yeah.
taught English, which was one of my favorites, and drama, which was one of my favorites. And my junior year, I had taken drama all 4 years because I loved theater, and there was no fourth year drama class. It was just, 101, 201, and whatever. It was just beginner and advanced. And I asked her my junior year, is there any way that I can do another year of drama? And she said, sure. And she invented a class for me. And she let me basically help teach the drama class as a senior, as my class, that it was instructing drama and educating them. And she invested so much in me to be able to do drama and be on camera and do live streams like this with you. So thank you, Mrs. Shope. Everyone thank Mrs. Shope. And as always, tune back in next week, behance.net/Adobe Live at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time for another episode of Adobe Office Hours. We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.